Get ready to get nuts. Today we're going to lose our minds talking about the best scene from every Batman movie. The way this works is that I'm going to look at every movie in the franchise, I'll pick the best scene from each, and I'll explain why I believe it's the best. Keep in mind, I'll be judging these scenes from a writing standpoint, which means I won't be focusing on things like acting or special effects. By the way, my name is Brandon McNulty. I'm the author of Entry Wounds, which is about a haunted gun that once you pick it up, you can't put it down till you kill 6 people with it. If you want to learn more or pick up your copy today, check the link in the description below. Alright, let's start off with the movie everyone, and I mean everyone, wants to hear about. I'm of course talking about Batman 66, and if you remember, last month some scoundrels took my family hostage in an effort to get me to talk about this thing. I later gave in to the terrorist demands, but I never got my family back, so now we gotta talk about Batman 66 one more time. Now, the good news is that picking the best scene here is easy, and it's the iconic bomb scene. This one opens with Batman and Robin sneaking into a building to rescue Bruce's captured girlfriend. They climb the building using bat rope, and along the way they poke fun at the locals.
They're used to curious sights, which they attribute to alcoholic delusions.
Gosh, drink is sure a filthy thing, isn't it? I'd rather be dead than unable to trust my own eyes.
Upon entering the building, Batman finds a bomb where his girlfriend is supposed to be, and he immediately attempts to dispose of it, but oh no, the bar is full of drinkers. He urges them to leave, but these 2 women refuse to abandon their crab legs. That forces Batman outside, but then he runs into some nuns, a new mother, a band, the general public, a pair of young lovers, and a family of ducks. Back and forth he goes, carrying the bomb like he's Link from The Legend of Zelda, until finally he vents his frustration.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Yeah, some days you just can't. Anyway, the chaos ends with an off-screen explosion and a top-tier reaction from Robin.
It's all right, Robin.
Holy heart failure!
Then, just when you think the magic is over, they have this hilarious exchange.
You risked your life to save that riffraff in the bar?
They may be drinkers, Robin, but they're also human beings.
Batman 66 is a goofy movie, and this scene is its crown jewel. It's silly yet serious, and charming yet clever. This scene does a great job poking humor at superheroes and their morality, and you gotta love how Batman and Robin play the whole thing straight. The situation itself is cartoonishly absurd, yet they approach it with total sincerity, and that's what makes the humor hit. Next up we have, this is gonna get awkward. I guess I have to say something nice about Batman 89. And that's asking a lot, because if you follow this channel, you know that for the past couple months I've been sounding the alarm on how much of a slop fest this movie is. Now, despite its flaws, Batman 89 has some standout scenes. You have the iconic I'm Batman intro, the chilling Joker reveal, even the darkly comedic TV commercial. But the one I'm going with here is going to surprise you. It's the party scene at Wayne Manor. And while this isn't the flashiest part of the movie, it scores big in terms of characterization and world building. We open things up with a fundraiser at Wayne Manor, where 2 journalists are investigating rumors about Batman. Vicky Vale Basinger is also trying to locate the elusive Bruce Wayne, and when she unknowingly bumps into him, he plays dumb, which gives us a glimpse into his mysterious nature. During the party, Commissioner Gordon gets some bad news and abruptly leaves, then Vicky and Alexander Knox stumble upon Bruce's strange collectibles collection. From here, things get fun. The journalists mock Bruce behind his back while he's literally standing behind their backs. Bruce remains totally unfazed, then he introduces himself without skipping a beat. Does he take offense to their jokes? No way. Instead, he praises Knox's work before hitting on Vicky. The scene then wraps up with Alfred arriving to get the plot moving again. He announces Gordon's sudden departure, and before Bruce leaves to investigate, he requests that Alfred get some grant money for Knox. As I mentioned, the scene does a great job establishing characters and world building. Not only that, it does so in a fun, engaging way. We don't simply get introduced to Bruce Wayne. We see how he fits within the world of Gotham and how he's more of an outcast than a celebrity. The execution here initially makes us sympathize with Bruce when the journalists are bashing him, but then we get Bruce's reaction, and that makes us like all the characters more. He's smooth, he's unshakable, and he's not concerned about his reputation. He's got more important things to worry about, and by the end of the scene, we see him getting right to work. Now we move on to Batman Returns. This one kills me. I want to love the movie for how dark and twisted it is, but I just cannot bring myself to. It juggles too many villains, it turns Batman into a sideshow, and every time I start taking Catwoman seriously, she unloads one of her 10,000 cat jokes and rips me right out of the story. If you like Arnie's version of Mr. Freeze, you probably love her, but to me, well, let's just move on to the movie's best scene. And the winner here is yet another party scene. Give Tim Burton credit, the man knows how to throw imaginary parties. This time it's a costume party where Bruce dances with Selina, and it's gripping due to the romantic tension as well as a surprise threat. The scene takes place toward the end of the film when Bruce attends the party in hopes of finding Selina. He shows up without a costume, and Max Schreck calls him out on it. The two then debate what's best for Gotham before Schreck leaves, and that's when Bruce spots Selina. Here we get some fun dialogue while the two tiptoe around the subject of their double lives. Then Bruce admits that he came here to see her before she shocks us by explaining what she's here for. But wait, the scene isn't done yet. They discuss the possibility of her killing Schreck, and before Bruce can talk her out of it, she kisses him under the mistletoe. They soon realize this isn't the first time they've done so, and things wrap up with them learning each other's secret identities. This scene was an easy choice for me because of how dynamic it is. It's fun, it's tense, it's shocking, and it uses dramatic irony to give us a satisfying payoff. Best of all, it takes itself seriously during a serious stretch of the story. There are no stupid cat jokes, no misplaced humor, just strong, effective storytelling. Alright, next up is a Batman movie I actually like. Mask of the Phantasm is part tragedy, part romance, and it's a brutally human story that explores Batman's origins by showing his choices as well as those of his girlfriend Andrea. As a kid, I was too much of a mouth breather to fully enjoy this movie, but now that I'm a crusty old man, Phantasm is one of my favorites. The best scene here is without a doubt the ending. If you haven't watched this movie and you're worried about spoilers, I'll post a timestamp below that you can skip ahead to. Anyway, the movie focuses on how Bruce and Andrea respond differently to family tragedies. Bruce pursues vengeance by stopping crime, while Andrea takes a more personal approach by killing off the mobsters responsible for her father's murder. Her targets include the Joker, who somehow manages to be a critical piece of Batman's girlfriend's backstory, and this leads to an explosive finale where she seeks to murder the Joker while Batman tries to talk her out of it. Following the big confrontation, we get our ending. Bruce returns to the Batcave and laments his failure to save Andrea from her revenge spree. Alfred points out that she didn't want to be saved, and Bruce has a sad, defeated moment. We then shift elsewhere to an ocean liner that's leaving Gotham. A man attempts to rizz up Andrea before recognizing the state she's in. Then they have this heavy hitter of a dialogue exchange.
I'm sorry. Do you want to be alone?
I am.
The movie then concludes with Batman mournfully looking over Gotham until the bat signal clicks on and reminds him who he is. Now, I'm cheating a little by lumping 3 short scenes together as one, but this ending is a package deal, and in terms of emotional impact, it lands like a nuke. Earlier in the movie, we learned that a younger Bruce was willing to sacrifice Batman to be with Andrea, but then she left him, and ultimately he chose to become Batman. Years later, he rekindles things with her, only to learn that she crossed the line by doing the one thing he refuses to do.
It's garbage, Mr. Reeves. The Batman does not kill.
Then the movie concludes with Bruce battling heartbreak before showing resilience and returning to the life he chose. This ending is brutally honest and mercilessly human, and it's an easy choice for the best scene. Now we move on to Batman Forever. This is the one where he dates a walking red flag, adopts a grown man on a motorcycle, and survives a gunshot wound to the head by falling down the stairs. And I gotta give the writers credit, because it takes some real testicles to write something this stupid. As for the best scene, I gotta go with the one where Robin's family dies. This is the only scene that didn't make me feel boredom or disgust, so it wins by default. What happens here is Bruce takes the walking red flag to the circus where she belongs, and then the Joker, Two-Face, threatens to detonate a bomb unless someone in attendance reveals who Batman is. Now, the setup here is goofy, but I'll give it a pass because the rest of the scene is good. Next thing you know, everyone starts screaming while Bruce stands up to announce that he's Batman. Unfortunately, nobody hears him, and with the clock ticking down, he opts to battle Two-Face's goons as Bruce Wayne. This itself is cool, but the real treat is seeing Robin's family working together to get the bomb out of the building. Like, they don't even hesitate. They boldly do what needs to be done, and their heroic actions lead to grim consequences. Right after Robin drops the bomb outside, he gets rewarded with the heartbreaking sight of his family dead on the ground. Meanwhile, Bruce looks on, reliving the nightmare of his own parents' deaths, and the story takes a dark turn. While this scene has some issues, it's by far the best part of the movie. We have everyday people making sacrifices for the greater good, and those sacrifices come with a cost. From there, a new hero is born, and Robin becomes the emotional heart of the movie. Now we move on to Clooney Man and Robin. This is the one that sacrifices storytelling in favor of nipples, kisses, and credit cards. It's a 2-hour train wreck that attempts to cram in more characters than Smash Brothers, and one of life's great challenges is trying to find something positive to say about this movie. But believe it or not, there are actually a couple decent scenes hiding among the sewage, and both involve Alfred grappling with death. Now, the best scene comes about midway through the movie when Clooney Man is beating himself up after getting into an argument with Robin. He then seeks Alfred's advice, and we get a dialogue exchange that is way too good for this movie. Clooney Man wonders out loud if he's too headstrong and inflexible, then Alfred shows wisdom by analyzing Clooney Man's motivations.
Death and chance stole your parents. You have done everything in your power to control the fates. For what is Batman, if not an effort to master the chaos that sweeps our world? An attempt to control death itself.
Batman represents different things in different films, and while this particular movie is an all-around embarrassment, its best scene still manages to offer a compelling perspective on one of the most iconic heroes of all time. Finally, the nasty 90s are over, so now it's time to tackle the Dark Knight trilogy. Batman Begins is loaded with heavy hitters like the training sequence with Ra's al Ghul, the drug bust, and the Batmobile chase. And then you have all those sneaky good scenes, stuff like the courtroom shooting, the hotel scene, and anything involving Alfred or Lucius Fox. But the best of the best is the burning down of Wayne Manor. This one comes toward the end of the movie, and this scene has everything. A shocking twist, high stakes, a compelling verbal duel, meaningful consequences, and it all wraps up with arguably the most emotional moment the movie has to offer. What's amazing about this scene is that in most action films, this particular scenario would probably play out as an epic fistfight between hero and villain. But instead, this confrontation is driven by patient scene beats, strong dialogue, and clever callbacks to earlier moments. It opens with the surprise appearance of Liam Neeson, who reveals himself to be Ra's al Ghul. He threatens everyone in attendance, but Bruce reasons with him and proceeds to cleverly trick his guests into leaving. Once the place clears out, we see Bruce alone and greatly outnumbered. Ra's then challenges him to join the League of Shadows, but Bruce stands by his belief that Gotham can be saved. He then faces immediate consequences as Ra's KOs him.
Justice is balance. You burned my house and left me for dead. Consider us even.
Normally, I hate when villains pull their punches when they have an opportunity to kill the hero, but this is one of those rare examples when it's acceptable due to Raz's fixation on justice and balance. Eventually, the scene wraps up with Alfred coming to the rescue, and our hero seeks shelter in the Batcave. Bruce then has a moment of crushing self-doubt before Alfred reminds him what the Wayne family stands for.
The Wayne legacy is more than bricks and mortars.
You still haven't given up on me.
Never.
And as I mentioned, this scene has it all. It has brains, it has heart, and it has the best confrontation between the hero and the villain. Now it's time for The Dark Knight. This film is loaded with iconic scenes, whether it's the bank heist, the pencil trick, the fundraiser, the bunker dilemma, the truck chase, Rachel's death, the final confrontation with Two-Face, the list goes on. But while there are many worthy candidates here, there's an obvious winner, and it's the interrogation scene. Every time I watch this, I find something new to love about it. The dialogue, the character interactions, the way the conflict escalates, I never get tired of it. But the thing I love most is that this isn't a one-sided interrogation. It's not about getting info out of the Joker so much as it is about getting info out of Batman. See, while Batman goes about asking for the locations of Harvey and Rachel, the Joker is conducting an interrogation of his own. He's asking Batman if he's truly committed to protecting Gotham. And the best part is that Batman fails this test. Much like Mask of the Phantasm, The Dark Knight explores Bruce's struggle for identity as he chooses between responsibility and love. Early on, we see Bruce yearning for Harvey Dent to replace him as the hero of Gotham so that he can enjoy a future with Rachel. But that's Bruce's biggest mistake. He doesn't recognize that the reason why Dent wins Rachel's love is because he's committed to protecting the city. Dent embraces his responsibility to Gotham, while Bruce hopes to abandon it. And that brings us back to the interrogation. Here the Joker shows Batman that physical strength and intimidation can't solve everything. Then he criticizes Batman for letting people die and letting Dent take his place. This builds toward a violent confrontation, and the Joker reveals that both Harvey and Rachel are in danger. Then he gives Batman the choice to save one or the other, but it's deeper than that. What the Joker is really doing is asking Batman if he's willing to sacrifice everything for Gotham. This is the most compelling dilemma in Batman's character arc. In the first movie, he becomes Batman to save Gotham, and while he has plenty of success early on, to truly protect the city, he must be willing to make the hardest sacrifices. The Joker tests him here, and he fails. Instead of going after Gotham's savior and Harvey, Batman makes the selfish yet human choice of going after Rachel, and he gets punished when he learns that the Joker switched the locations. It's a hard lesson, and it sets up for his redemption in Dark Knight Rises. Next up, we got the most overhated movie in the history of the internet, The Dark Knight Rises. Like I said last time, I'm not ashamed to admit that I love this one. I understand the criticisms, I've talked about them myself on the channel before, but this movie packs so much emotional punch. I'm a sucker for sacrifice, and Rises is loaded with characters willing to do whatever it takes to face their fears and protect the people around them. As for the best scene, we got plenty of bangers here. Batman coming out of retirement, Alfred's warning speech, Bane's takeover, escaping the pit, the rematch between Batman and Bane. I could go on. But the best scene is an obvious choice, and it's the sewer fight. This opens with Catwoman selling out Batman to Bane, and she soon learns that Bruce Wayne isn't just another out-of-touch billionaire who doesn't care about Gotham. This is important because Catwoman's reactions throughout the fight add an emotional element here. They flavor the scene with regret, and they mark the start of her redemption arc. Batman, meanwhile, launches into the fight and gives Bane everything he's got. In the process, Batman learns a tough lesson in hubris. After pummeling criminals for years, he finally finds himself physically outmatched, and Bane literally breaks him before shipping him off to the pit. This scene also contains one of Bane's best lines.
This has cost you strength. Victory has defeated you.
That line, "Victory has defeated you," sums up Bruce perfectly at this stage of his arc. One thing I love about Rises is how Bruce constantly makes mistakes throughout the movie. He's not as sharp as he used to be, and this movie explores the trilogy's overarching theme of picking yourself up again. Speaking of picking yourself up, Batman gets up repeatedly during the sewer fight, and I love it every time he does. He's like Rocky Balboa in a cape, and only when he's completely broken does he stay down. His resilience here gives the defeat and the scene itself its impact. Next up, oh no, not this shit again. Next up, we have the movie that shall not be named. Seriously, it's like Voldemort. I'm not even going to say it. And if you don't know which movie I'm talking about, I'll give you a hint. It rhymes with Flatman versus Cooperman. Now, the story involves two iconic heroes fighting, then making peace for the dumbest reasons imaginable. I won't get into it here because there's enough brain damage out there already, but I will say that the best scene is the warehouse rescue. This one happens shortly after Flatman and Cooperman have their big fight. Once they realize that their mothers share the name Martha, they become BFFs, and Flatman offers to help rescue Cooperman's mother, who has been taken hostage by Harry Lex Luthor. Flatman arrives at the warehouse in style and learns there are a bunch of hostiles waiting on the ground floor. We see Martha's life is at stake, and next thing we know, we get treated to a thrilling barrage of action and spectacle. The goons manage to keep things interesting, but Flatman nonetheless locates the room where Martha is being held. There's a nice stretch of suspense here as we wonder how he's going to save her, and that's when he hulks his way through a wall in dominant fashion. It's a blast to watch, and I don't even mind the fact that Flatman violates his code of not killing people here. Hell, even the comic relief at the end works. It just goes to show that even the most unspeakably bad movies can have redeeming moments. Now that we've discussed the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad movie, let's move on to the endlessly fun Lego Batman movie. I'm normally hard to please when it comes to comedies, but this movie won me over from the start, and that's why I'm picking the opening scene as the best of the best. The opener takes a meta approach to everything from company logos to the history of the Joker, and it does so while establishing and executing plot events in thrilling fashion. Even though this is meant to be a lighthearted comedy, there's strong suspense as the Joker takes over a plane and introduces the colorful army of villains who are helping him. Then Batman arrives and kicks everyone's plastic ass, while this hilarious heavy metal song plays in the background. It makes for a fun, engaging spectacle that you can't take your eyes or ears off, and the scene builds toward a confrontation between Batman and the Joker. The Joker threatens to detonate a bomb, but soon our hero and villain debate whether the Joker is truly Batman's greatest enemy. They then have this comical exchange about their relationship, and Batman says he's not committing to the Joker because he's just fighting around for now. Then our hero saves the day while hinting at his need to shed his flaws and allow others into his life. This scene is a blast from start to finish. The action is smooth, the jokes hit, and best of all, it manages to poke fun at the Batman franchise while also celebrating it. Finally, we have The Batman, which is the most divisive movie in the franchise. Most entries seem to be either well regarded or well ridiculed, but this one drives the fan base nuts.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
No, settle down. I don't want to get nuts. I just want to finish this video and sign up for a new credit card. Anyway, The Batman's best scene is the undercover Catwoman sequence. Not only is this gripping to watch, but it's a great example of world building and exposition done right. The scene opens with Batman sending Selina into the secret club beneath the Iceberg Lounge. She's looking for her missing friend, while he wants info on Gotham's underworld. At Batman's request, Selina wears a pair of high-tech contact lenses that allow him to see through her eyes and hear what's being said. Once she enters the club, Batman insists she give him a better view of those in attendance. This makes for a fresh type of teamwork, as she's reluctant to interact with these scumbags, but nonetheless has to for the sake of the mission. Before long, she locks eyes with the DA, and he volunteers info about the Maroni case before a girl begs him to stay quiet so they don't face consequences. Shortly after, Selina attempts to leave, but runs into Carmine Falcone. They share an awkward moment together, and it hints at the two of them having a prior relationship. Later, Batman strikes a nerve when he demands more info on her and Falcone, and Selina rips out her high-tech lenses, leaving us to wonder what she's hiding. And I love this scene. Most mystery stories would have the detective obtain info by way of direct interrogation or investigation, but here the detective gets into the head of another character and sees things from her perspective. It makes for great tension, unique moments, and accessible world building. And this is how you do exposition. You deliver it in fresh ways while having characters engage in conflict with each other. So I hope this helps. Question of the day, what do you think are the best Batman scenes? Let us know in the comments section below. Thank you for watching. If you want to support the channel, please pick up a copy of any one of my books and be sure to leave reviews on Amazon. Story Made Simple is great if you're a writer. It covers the 8 key elements of storytelling, and it does so in a no-nonsense fashion. Also, be sure to check out my other videos, like, share, and subscribe, maybe support me on Patreon, and as always, remember to keep on writing.